Let's talk about the difference between automation and artificial intelligence. People often use these words as if they mean the same thing, but they play different roles. This matters because most useful business systems combine both. Once you understand which part should follow rules and which part needs judgment, automation becomes much easier to design. Let's break this down with a simple picture. Imagine a train track running across the whiteboard. The track represents automation. Automation follows fixed rules. It works like this. If this happens, then do that. If a form is submitted, save the contact. If an invoice becomes overdue, send a reminder. If a meeting is booked, add it to the calendar. The rule is decided before the system runs. When the same event happens, the same action follows. That makes automation predictable. Now picture a train traveling along those tracks. The train reaches a junction, where the track splits in two directions. At this point, a decision has to be made. That decision is where AI can help. AI is useful when the system must read something, understand it, and make a judgment. It might read an email and decide whether it sounds urgent. It might review a support message and identify the customer's problem. It might read some notes and draft a suitable reply. So automation lays the tracks. AI acts more like the driver, making calls when the train reaches a junction. Here's the key idea. Automation handles predictable steps, while AI handles uncertain decisions. Let's compare them directly. On one side, imagine a box labeled Automation. Inside it, place three phrases. Follow a rule. Move information. Perform a fixed action. Now picture a second box labeled AI. Inside that box, place three different phrases. Read and understand. Choose between options. Create or judge a response. Automation doesn't need to understand why an email arrived. It only needs to detect that the email arrived. AI doesn't need to control every step in the workflow. It only needs to make the decision where judgment is required. Now let's connect the two boxes. An email arrives. That's a fixed event, so automation detects it. Next, the email must be classified as urgent or normal. That requires judgment, so AI reads the message and decides. After that decision, automation takes over again. If the email is urgent, send it to the priority inbox. If it's normal, send it to the standard inbox. Notice the pattern. Rule, judgment, rule. The first rule starts the process. The AI makes the uncertain decision. The final rule acts on that decision. Let's make the example more specific. Imagine a customer writes that their account is locked and they have a presentation in 20 minutes. The automation sees a new email and passes it to the AI. The AI reads the meaning of the message. It notices the locked account, the upcoming presentation, and the short deadline. It classifies the email as urgent. The automation then routes it to the priority support queue and alerts the correct team member. Now imagine another customer asks how to change their profile picture. The same process begins. The automation detects the email. The AI reads it and classifies it as a normal request. The automation sends it to the standard queue. The tracks are fixed, but the AI chooses the correct track at the junction. You could also ask the AI to draft a reply. For the urgent email, it might acknowledge the problem and explain that support has been alerted. For the normal email, it might provide simple profile instructions. The AI creates the draft because the wording depends on the message. But the automation can still decide what happens next. It can save the draft, request human approval, or send it after certain checks pass. This is why combining the two works so well. You don't want AI freely deciding every step. That can make a system difficult to control. You also don't want fixed rules handling work that requires understanding. A simple rule can detect words like urgent, but it may misunderstand the message. Someone might write, "There's no urgent problem anymore." A basic keyword rule could still mark that email as urgent. AI can read the full sentence and understand the meaning more accurately. AI becomes useful when the workflow reaches a step that needs interpretation, judgment, or creation. So to recap, automation follows fixed rules such as, if this happens, then do that. AI reads information and makes a judgment inside that flow. The strongest systems combine the predictable rules around flexible decisions. Subscribe to Logic Base Academy to learn more about AI simply.